But the rainbow is something that is also taught as the invisible ways that the holy people communicate with us, their children. We cannot see the holy people. If we hear them as an individual experience that only we can hear them. Inside of the corn pollen pouch, we usually have a small piece of rock crystal. When the light shines through this rock crystal, it fractures the light, and so you see 7 colors, which are symbolic of the 7 sacred ceremonies, which is called the Hojunja, or the Beauty Way. In the traditional teaching of our Dene, there is the sacred teaching of the rainbow. And the rainbow is a very special symbol. It's a symbol of the way that the holy people communicate with us. And so just to share a little bit of it in the language of our people, Natildet is what we call the rainbow. And it is depicted in so many different ways as it is presented in colors. But the rainbow, when we see it in the sky, we point at the rainbow with a thumb as it goes across the, at its 2 points that it comes in contact with the earth. Sometimes people are able to see the full rainbow, which is then a circle. But also the idea of pointing at sacred things with the thumb. We point at the medicine bundle with the thumb. And we point at a newborn baby with the thumb. And we also point at sacred ceremonial objects like the dry painting in any of the ceremony where sand painting is made. They usually enclose it with a rainbow design, and you point at that with your thumb. There's a lot of teachings about the rainbow, but the rainbow is something that is also taught as the invisible ways that the holy people communicate with us, their children. We cannot see the holy people. If we hear them as an individual experience that only we can hear them. Or if we think that we can sense them in any way, we're the only one as an individual that can sense it. And it's the way that the holy people communicate with us, their children, which is not visible to us in any way in a physical setting. And so it is a symbol of their invisibleness. But the holy people are a symbol of purity and clear and truth. So when we have the coming of age ceremony for the young people, we are told that now they can see. But not the Hazli is the way that they say it. And that means that they can see now. If it's a woman, she can see the man in a different light. If it's a man, he can see the woman in a different light. And so it is that there are 7 sacred colors in the rainbow. They are symbolic of the 7 beauty way ceremonies. And it is very important that they understand that when they have this coming of age ceremony. I don't go into that ceremony very much because it is considered very sacred to the way that it is presented to the young man when he has become a man. It's a very sacred event when a young woman or a girl becomes a woman. And so that information and sacredness of the information is only given to them at that time. Thereafter, they can follow up with a lot of questions throughout their life. And so it's very important. And it is even just in a small amount, I can tell you that when a new day begins, we use the white cornmeal, natatke, as a prayer offering as we bless the new day and offer up our prayers for a new day. It is the female that gives birth to the new day. And then in the evening, we use the yellow cornmeal, natatsui. And that is the prayer offering that is made. And that yellow cornmeal is symbolic of the pollen, and that is only provided by men to make life and to make the reproduction of life possible. So all sorts of things are taught in the traditional way about the rainbow. And so one of the things that we have is the corn pollen pouch. And inside of the corn pollen pouch, we usually have a small piece of rock crystal, That is inside of the corn pollen pouch. Also, in ceremonial settings, we have the regular full size of a rock crystal that we have in the ceremonial setting that is put to use. But it is that when the light shines through this rock crystal, it fractures the light, and so you see the 7 colors, which are symbolic of the 7 sacred ceremonies, which is called the Huizhong, or the Beauty Way. And those 7 ceremonies are the one that the Astanatlehe, which is the changing woman, when she was leaving her children to go west, that she returned and gave them the 7 ceremonies. So you have that symbolic in the stirring sticks that are kept in the home. The stirring sticks are there to provide protection not only against the hunger, but it also is to protect every area of the children and the family members against all kinds of things that would harm them, that would be protecting them from spiritual harm or emotional, mental, physical harm. And so it is to protect the family with those ceremonies. And so all of that comes from the holy people in a clear crystal light form. And so it is always important to understand that besides the 7 colors that are visible, there is an 8th color, which is clear crystal light. And that is very important because it is in the traditional teachings of all things come in 8, in 4, 8, 12, and so on. And I always say up to 32, it is always based on the sacred number 4. And so the traditional teachings of our people concerning the rainbow, the coming of age ceremony, is that we have a teaching that says there is only light that is male that can shine on the male. There is light that is female that can only shine on the female. And between the 2 different lights that are received by the male and the female comes reproduction. And that is the fundamental law of the universe, is that you cannot have life and reproduce life without the male or without the female. They have to be both present so that reproduction is possible. And that is what is taught when we have the coming of age ceremony. And the rainbow is so much a part of the teaching that we receive at that particular time in our life. And so it is that those are the things that we are told.
Hey, thanks for watching our videos. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss one of our uploads. Also, head over to our website, NavajoTraditionalTeachings.com. Sign up for our email list. Okay.